Hi everyone, Karen here with part 6 of the Oracle card series. I know it's very late, I'm so sorry for that, but I've been busy with work. Not that I've wanted to be that busy, but it sort of pulled me in and given me. See, my mind's still all blah, blah, from work. Just the word of work makes my head spin. But they gave me some more shifts, a bit more than what I usually would have. But I'm now on break now, thank goodness. So I can now bring this out to you. Happy start of the Fire Horse. And I thought we would start this Oracle series with a deck called Horse Wisdom, which I find is absolutely fantastic. I had a chance to work with horses, and they are amazing creatures. They do have an energetic span 5 times the size of their body, and they are just so intuitive. They know what you need when you walk up to them. If you're feeling nervous, especially if you have a horse that's a bit that's very spirited, that's very energetic. They know when you're feeling nervous, and as you're walking towards them, they calm themselves down. I worked with race horses, thoroughbreds, and they're amazing. They're amazing creatures. I absolutely loved working with them. It was something that I never thought I would. My dad was a jockey, and by the time, I was born, he was out of the industry, so I never really got to, go near any. My friends had horses, but I never had a chance to really get in depth, into the horse industry like I did about 12 months ago now. But I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. The horses, as I said, they were just fantastic. There was 8 that I assisted with, and each one has a separate personality, totally just like us, just like people. They'd have their inner child moments or inner foal moments where they'd burst around the paddock, kicking and bucking and farting and just, making that shrill neighing noise and just really enjoy themselves. So once one starts, it becomes like a domino effect. You see another horse sort of racing around the paddock, and they kind of have races up and down the paddocks, and again bucking and farting and just really enjoying themselves, and then they just settle down again and graze and eat the grass and get back to what they just been quiet and just absolutely beautiful. So I thought I would use this deck, especially as it's Chinese New Year and it's the start of the Fire Horse. And of course, a card that came out as I was shuffling earlier was Alchemy. Now, when you look at that card, you can absolutely see a load of possibilities. His black mane, if it's coming up, you can see his eye. You can only see one eye. The other eye is hidden. So going back to previous videos, what is the feeling you get when you look at this card? I do see a bundle of possibilities in that flowing mane. I mean, you can see the wind is sort of, picking that mane up and gushing it everywhere. But remember, what we are doing when reading the Oracle cards is we're receiving and transmitting. So we're receiving the energy from this card. It's dark, so it could have to do with, shadow work, a bit of shadow work that needs to be done. Sorry, that was my phone. I'm going to throw it on my bed. So if it rings, it doesn't interrupt the video. Well, you'll probably still hear it, but... So it's dark, so there may be, the initially a sort of a dark time that we're going through. Alchemy, it's transformation. So it's a transformative time. All the energy is there to energy and possibility and all the impetus to sort of see the energy that we're going to receive. So if we think of horses, if we think of the fire horse brings up energy. Of course, fire, you know, burning fire. But this guy here, you can see he's means business. It's kind of like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. The horse, on the bottom of the deck, which is the underlying energy, funnily enough, the same horse came up. Well, it seems like the same horse if you sort of look at them. See his big flowing mane. There's the fire, there's the energy, the impetus to move forward. But we can only see one eye. Now, whether that means something's hidden, slightly hidden, not everything's out in the open yet. So we can't see everything. And it's on the... It's actually on, if you're a horse person, it's on the off side. It's on the off side of the horse. The off side is the right side and the near side is the left side, because you work from the left side of the horse, which is near to you. So I think that's why it's called the near side, and the off side is the other side that you don't really work from, because you always work from the left side of the horse. Some countries may be different. Some countries may work from the right side of the horse. But here we have, you know, one eye here. So he's sort of really not showing all these cards yet. But in this, the underlying energy here, we're seeing him running through the ocean. So there's fire and water. So there's the impetus to keep moving forward, because fire and water creates steam. And then when you think of steam engines, what they're shoveling into the steam engine is coal, and they have heaps of water going to horse into the train as well. So it's the coal, the steam, that creates the movement for the train. I know we've got horses here and water, but once you sort of connect something within the card as well, remember it's the intuition first and the card meaning later. So your memory can be coming through, helping you intuitively understand what the card means. So we've got this horse here, fire energy rushing through. He's coming through the water. You know, I'm saying a he, it could be even be a she. The horse coming through the water, and you can see all the motion that's being, the turbulence that's coming up. I mean, linking it back in, as I mentioned before, there could be some shadow work that needs to be done. And water relates to our consciousness. It relates to our unconscious. So it's creating a tower moment. The horse is going through the water, churning it all up. See how it's sort of flying up here? This is parts you can see. That's probably why you can't see everything at the moment. There is only one eye showing. In this one, you can see both eyes. So there will be a time when you don't see everything. You know, you'll be moving forward, but you don't see everything. Everything's not as clear. But what you're going to do, you're going to create a tower moment. You're going to run through that water, you know, swill up that water that's within a consciousness or the unconscious that's going to come up, and it's going to bring it up. And then you're going to see everything. And once you bring it up, you can see it for what it truly is. Now, whether it's, you know, old patterns that you've been going through, whether it's old, you know, old friends that you sort of feel that you need to let go of, old, you know, you may feel that you need a new move house or something, just something new that needs to come from this. It's churning it up for a reason, for you to see it. Okay, let's have a look. So always, you know, receive and transmit. If you're slow, I was slow initially, you know, when reading the cards. And a part of me is, oh no, I can't, because I'm too slow, I'm not fast enough, I really need to. But you will eventually, what Spirit does, it brings it in slowly. And as you receive it, the tube that you receive it from opens up wider and wider and wider. It's just the initial connection. Once you receive that connection and you keep working with it, that connection gets stronger. So therefore, the pipe of information that comes down gets bigger, and you're able to sort of, it can then roll off your tongue. And you may feel like, you know, sometimes my mind is going faster than what can come out of my mouth. And it's those times I've got to kind of take a deep breath, take a pause, and start again. Not so much start again, but pick up where we left off. Allow that connection to sort of, you know, reconnect in the timing of my mind and my mouth to join up again. Because the information that'll come through, sometimes it'll come through that fast, and it may come down from another channel, and you're trying to sort of, you know, talk about what's coming into this channel, and this channel comes in, and it's messing up two things, and that's when you sort of feel like you're getting tripped up. So receive and transmit. Intuition first, card meaning second. Now, if I was to pick up, you know, let's have a look at this card then. So, oh no, this is another one I was looking at another one, sacred nature. Horse wisdom. That's another one I've been looking at this morning. Okay, let's have a look at horse wisdom. Okay, so with a card of alchemy, I mean, alchemy says everything. It's about transformation. Now let's have a look at what the card meaning actually says. So, alchemy, wake up and live your purpose and passion. Look deep into this horse's eyes. I mean, you can only see one eye. And you may feel his relentless stare penetrating right into your heart or soul. He is unflinching, so it is a he. He is unflinching and direct in his mirroring. He sees who you authentically are at your soul level and invites you to cultivate a higher level of respect for yourself and your path. His stare is alchemical in nature. It wakes you up and propels you into self-realization. It's time to make significant strides to live your passion and purpose. It is time for you to muster your gifts and offer them for others. Alchemy invites you to be honest with yourself and stop living the life others want you to. You are not serving anyone by being who they want you to be. Your true self lives deep inside you. You may have lost your way and abandoned your true feelings in the darkness, but if you look deeply, you know who you are. Being loyal to oneself is not a selfish act. It is your birthright to be truly yourself and share that with others. So alchemy is a transformation. It is, again, shadow work. It's putting yourself back on your true path, your true north. Instead of doing things for others and feeling that you need to complete things for others or do things for others, sometimes it's others. It's kinder to let them take responsibility for their own lives and for you to, you know, live your purpose and your passion. But we're all guilty of that at one stage or another. I know I have been many times. I've been slapped on the back of the head many times by the universe to say, hey, get back in your own lane. And it's not nice sometimes, but sometimes a hard way to learn, and that's me. Okay, so a couple of questions I've got here as well. Are there areas in your life where you're living other people's wishes but deserting your own? What passions have you pushed aside because your time is dedicated to other people's needs or tasks that you feel you must complete? What might be possible if you further expressed your purpose and passion? What is the deep desire inside of you waiting patiently to come forth? So see how he's full of the impetus to move forward, and he's sort of wanting to move forward. There's so much energy and fire there. But again, there's only one eye showing, so not everything is in place at the moment. So let's have a look at the other card I picked up, which I've just thrown on the ground. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. So, reading the alchemy card, you can understand why the ocean thunder came up. Because we can create our own towers. We can run through that water and run through our own consciousness and our own emotions to create that tower moment so that we can see what we need to do. Because again, if we don't do it, the universe will do it. And that usually hurts when the universe does it. It's kind of like, oh, please, no more. So ocean thunder, be more assertive. You have more internal power and will than you think. So it's to be more assertive. A bold, courageous black horse swiftly leaps through a turbulent, foamy ocean. The water is dark and foreboding, and he cannot see what is beneath. However, he does not allow his fear to stop or limit him. He conjures all of his might and presents himself as confident, determined, and entirely in control. He has no doubt. Ocean thunder embodies. Now that's an interesting word, because that word has been, remember I said I was looking at the other oracle deck? That word has been around for me in that other deck as well, embodied. Where is it? Ocean thunder embodies the ability to be bold during unstable and unseen circumstances. He keeps his eyes forward and moves swiftly to where he needs to be. Not all horses are naturally self-assured. Some need to learn through small steps. Guided by a herd member or a human partner, they build their confidence and learn how to handle the forces of nature and things they do not understand. Now that's very true, because sometimes you get horses that are really afraid to come out of their paddock or come across things that they haven't seen before. They're very curious, and they're very cautious as well. If it's something, if it's a water bottle, they see the water bottle, you know, the water that we get in bottles that we drink from, and they're scared of it. And then they see it every day. They become a little bit better. You know, it's not so scary. But then the next day it's turned on its side. It's the same water bottle, but this time it's on its side. And they freak, because it's like it wasn't like that before. Why has it moved? I remember a horse that I was looking after. She was afraid every day. She'd walk past the water pipe. She'd walk past and she'd look at it. And as she was walking, she'd keep looking at it as if to say, no, it's not moving yet. Every day. And this one time, I think there was water dripping out of it. And it was like, oh my gosh. She got freaked out. She was freaked out by it because there was water coming out of it. It hasn't done that before, you know. This pipe that can come out and bite her or eat her. This inanimate object. But, you know, you just be with them. You just, you know, stand with them and pat them, and you're basically their safety blanket. As I said, they're gorgeous animals. They are like big dogs, you know. You help build their confidence as you're walking them along. They build their confidence and learn how to handle the forces of nature and things they do not understand. When horses experience fear, they can become overwhelmed. They become frozen or disassociated, or move unconsciously and make rash decisions that can cause accidents or injury. Humans are similar. Unconscious fear activates the primal brain and takes over. However, fear that is realized, conscious and embodied, brings energy into the body. One can move to a place of safety without panicking. Practicing the art of mastering your fear can be life-changing. It is time to be more assertive with your mind, body, and spirit, and realize you have more internal power and will than you think. How does fear keep you closed down, making rash decisions and avoiding opportunities? Where and when might you doubt yourself? Do you panic or tune out when things are turbulent or present with unknown circumstances? What might change if you keep your eye on your destination and respond with confidence, determination, and will? So as you can see, initially we used our intuition to interpret these cards. And in a roundabout way, what I read out was very similar to what is written in the book. So that's why the intuition first. If you see something in a card and something comes in and you think, I mean, like before steam engines, you wouldn't, how could you connect that to a steam engine? But it's just what you see, the energies that you see. It's what you're receiving and transmitting and how you're transmitting it to somebody. Because that can mean so much to another person. I mean, if you're doing a reading and you get, a card like this and steam engines come up, their grandfather could have been working on steam engines and they could relay that back to you, because that can mean a whole lot to them. Means their grandfather's with them. Or, they may have, a partner whose hobby is in steam engines. So you just never know what may come up, within the intuition side of it, in the energetic side of it. So it could be the connection between the grandfather, partner, someone she knows, or they could even be going on a steam ride journey next week. So everything that comes up, it may not make sense to you, but it doesn't have to. If it makes sense to the other person, that's what matters, because what you're doing for the other person is helping open them up, helping them, you're helping open up their channels, even though a lot of people come back to psychics again and again and again, or card readers. It's, for me, my intent is to help you open up to your greatness so you can become your teacher. You don't need to go to see other people to understand, because you can understand it within yourself. It's becoming sovereign within yourself. It's not being dependent on another person for your happiness, for your understanding, for your growth, because that is your responsibility. It's no one else's responsibility. Anyone else's path is not your path. Your path is unique to who you are. And understanding what signs and signals come to you for you, that is your responsibility. That is your job. I know it sounds a bit too, it's your job to do this. But once you start opening the doors to understanding the symbols and signs, doesn't mean that you can't. Here we got a unicorn. See, unique to your path. Dance of the black unicorn. So I'm getting a lot of black horses here. Another one, ebony fire. So the fire horse is really coming out. So, with the unicorn coming out, your path is unique to you. Nobody else should be able to imprint on you their path, because your path was given to you by the Creator when you were born, basically. Or you chose your path. So you chose your path before you came into this life. You chose that you wanted to live your life in a certain way, in your unique way. And if other people don't, other people will jump on board eventually. I mean, look at this. So I'm going back to the purple again. Look at, it's a very spiritual, these are very spiritual cards. I mean, look at the purple behind them and look at the fire. So it's really saying, what I'm getting from this, it's just the amount of fire and energy that you have that's behind you. and you're basically wanting to bust out. You're wanting to come out. It's like, you know, you want to create your tower moments so that you can live your life authentically as much as you want to. Fire horse, alchemy. The fire horse doesn't come through quietly. No. I mean, you can see by these ones, this isn't quiet. That's not quiet. So there's a lot of energy coming through. And especially our initial one, alchemy. Lots of transformative energies coming through. Lots of energy. Moving forward. Creating things for your future. Your creativity is coming out. So, ethics and energetic responsibility, I suppose that covers that. You know, the ethics is giving the people information so they can use it for themselves. They can grow from the information that you give them. That's the responsibility. That's ethics. You know, you don't keep people dependent on you so that they keep coming back. You know, but what does this mean? The attributes of a good leader, teacher, is you're giving knowledge. And the knowledge you give away, you know, it's not a matter of keeping it for yourself, because what you're giving away now is the energy of this moment, the information now. So once that leaves your body, you're releasing and you're allowing more to come through. So if you hold it within you, it becomes stagnant, and that's when we get, you know, feel a little bit depressed. Energetic responsibility is keeping that flow going. You know, it's running with the flow. It's keeping that flow going. It's not holding it back. It's not stemming the flow. I mean, what happens when you stem a dam back? It eventually busts its levee, its banks, because it just wants to get out. And that's with the energy of, you know, reading oracle cards. So don't feel that, okay, I've got to keep this here with me. Just let it go, because more energy will come through, more information will come through, because your channel is not getting smaller, it's not compressing, it's expanding. And each time you expand it, you're allowing more energy to come through, you're allowing more information to come through, you're allowing more energy to come through for yourself and also for the others that you read for. Okay. Now, you can start creating your own spreads. I know I've put some, I think I've put some spreads up on some previous handouts I put out, but on number 6, on this handout I'm going to put through, the link will be in the description, I'll put some more 3-card spreads, 4, 5-card spreads. I'll also put a couple of decks down and what they're good for. So, you know, this horse wisdom is good to even special occasion. I mean, the special occasion is the fire horse. We can use the fire horse. See, I just don't have black horses. There are other colours in here. So if you're wondering why they're all black, no, there are different colours in here. So hopefully I can pick one card which isn't black, but we'll wait and see. If it's black, then that's the tone of the day. And that's okay. Okay, let's pick out one more card. So creating your own spreads. There could be a situation in your life where you feel, okay, I feel stuck, I feel blocked. Let's create a spread. Let's create a 3-card, 4, 5, 6-card spread to see how come I'm blocked. And then you put the cards out, how they relate to you, receive, And also, you can also transmit. I mean, you can have a card, you can sit down at your table, have another chair on the other side, put a cardboard cutout, or put a soft toy on the other side just to represent another person. You can do a reading for the soft toy. And, you know, so therefore it doesn't feel weird if you're reading to an empty chair. And that's a good way to practice as well. Do reading for a celebrity, but you're not tapping into their energy. That's another ethic of energetic responsibility. Don't tap into other people's energies if they haven't allowed you to. You're just reading, okay, let's read for you. Let's read for Tom Cruise. I don't know why his name came through, but Tom Cruise, who else? Jennifer Hudson, the lady down the street, you know, just someone, Joe Blow. Okay, one card please. So they're not coming out now. They're not coming out to play. All right, aha! It's not a black horse. What's this one? Dancing on terra firma. And you can see, and it's quite amazing too. I mean, a galloping horse, when you see them in the races, they only have one hoof on the ground at any time. So each time it's a lot of strain on their legs. They do love doing it. But I understand there's some, you know, irregularities in the industry, and there's some people that just don't, unfortunately, treat their horses well, but there's a lot that do, and they're treated like royalty, the horses. Where I was anyway, was treated absolutely like her own kids, and brought up that way too. They were gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But sorry, dancing on terra firma. As you can see the dancing there, you know, it looks like he's dancing. And it's not a black horse. It is a brown horse. Looks like chestnutty brown horse. But you can see the pride in the dance. You can see the just feeling so good. You know, the confidence and the you know, just feeling very confident, being out there in the wild, in the wilderness, dancing and prancing around. I feel good about myself. I'm just going to dance here and feel good. And so use it for daily guidance. You know, this can be a daily guidance card. Feel good about yourself. You know, start even dancing around at home. Sorry, I'm looking at my hair flying everywhere. Well, it's like the horse's mane, I suppose. You know, it fits in with the card. Dancing and prancing at home, or even when you go out, just dance and prance around and just feel good about yourself. Feel good about who you are. That can use them for daily guidance. Now, the one before I was talking about, I'm going to jump over to this. It's called Sacred Nature Oracle. As in the alchemy, or the river, the card with the horse in the ocean. Talk about embodied. Now, embodiment. This can also be a daily guidance card. You can reflect on that and journal. Now, to me, it's looked like this guy's in the garden. An embodiment. When you embody something, and that's even with oracle card reading, you basically embody the energy of whatever it is you're doing. And you can see he's sort of wrapped up, he's growing and being wrapped up within that plant. So he's embodying nature. He's growing with it. He is it. He is nature. You know? And that's embodiment. You can journal, reflect on it, and see what it means in your life. What do you embody? What are you embodying at the moment that makes you feel who you are? Or is there anything that you need to embody more so that you can gain more understanding energetically and also mentally to be able to transmit what you want across? Embodying who we are takes upon our passions, our pleasures, you know. So we embody, you know, if we're a healer, we embody the healer element energy. If we're an oracle card reader, we embody the oracle cards so that we can use them every day when we go out on the street. If we go out for a walk in nature or generally out for a walk, we see signs and symbols. So we embody that because that's who we are. So I said there's many. Embody, I'd say she's embodying a tree, you know, even though consolation, you know, consolation prize, there's no consolation prize because embodying, it's still, again, it's embodying. Then it's embodying nature, vitality, embodying vitality of nature. And if you go out into nature, you embody, you know, the energy of nature. Ancestral wisdom, you embody your ancestral wisdom. You may be, you know, an Aussie, but there's still ancestral wisdom in the background, you know. Again, going back to steam engines or something, you know, there's ancestral wisdom that you can grab. We're multidimensional beings. We have, you know, past lives. One of our past lives may have been, you know, shaman, Norse, Vikings. It could be from anywhere, Asian countries. You know, we all have ancestral wisdom in some way or another. Radiance, we're very radiant. See, sunflower. And that'll be my last card that I pick up and flash in front of the screen for you. But have a sunny, sunny day. That's what sunflowers remind me of, is just having a sunny, wonderful day. So I hope you've enjoyed this series. Again, I apologise for series 6 being very late. I do have the handout in the description below. Just click the link or copy the link into your browser, and that'll bring the handout there. It does have you know, as I said, the decks in there. It's got a few spreads in there that you can use. Yeah, the decks and the suitability spreads, and a thank you. So thank you for watching the series. If you would like to see something else, please put it in the comment section. Comment, like, subscribe. I also have a platform on School. If you are interested in tarot, I'll also put that link in the description box, as well as my website for tarot. So have a great week. Enjoy the festivities of the Fire Horse and enjoy the energy that's coming towards you, and brace for transformation, which is going to be absolutely positive. So thank you again. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.